Despite economic hardship, Tinubu to spend 1.5 billion naira on cars for First Lady office and 2.9 billion naira for SUVs. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post our juicy news update. Please click on the notification bell. Aside from the office of the First Lady, the government plans to spend another 2.9 billion naira on sport utility vehicles (SUV) for presidential villa and another 2.9 billion naira to replace operational vehicles for the presidency. The federal government is planning to spend 1.5 billion naira on vehicles for the office of the First Lady amongst in the country. The federal government is planning to spend 1.5 billion naira on vehicles for the office of the First Lady amidst the country challenges facing the country. Amidst the economic challenges facing the country, the amount is contained in the supplementary budget sent to the National Assembly for approval. President Bola Tinubu had on Tuesday asked the National Assembly to approve the 2.17 trillion naira supplementary budget. This budget was approved by the Federal Executive Council (FEC) at its meeting on Monday. President Tinubu and some of his aides and other government officials have repeatedly pleaded with Nigerians to be patient with the administration. A review of the budget by Premium Time shows off that the administration is embarking on extravagant spending at a time when Nigerians are being to make sacrifices. Mr. Tinubu had during this inauguration on 29th May removed the petroleum subsidy regime, which has led over 400% hike in price of petrol at retail outlets. The president and some government officials have repeatedly pleaded with Nigerians to be patient with the administration. They said the current suffering the citizens are undergoing will be temporal. However, Mr. Tinubu decided to spend 1.5 billion naira on vehicles for the office of the First Lady. However, Mr. Tinubu decided to spend 1.5 billion naira on vehicles for the office of the First Lady, an office that is not recognized by the country's constitution. Aside from being the office of the First Lady, the government plans to spend another 2.9 billion naira on sport utility vehicles (SUV) for the presidential villa and another 2.9 billion naira to replace operational vehicles for the presidency. To replace operational vehicles for the presidency, the government is also proposing to spend 4 billion naira on the renovation of residential quarters of the president and 2.5 billion naira on the renovation of the vice president residence in all. 28 billion naira is proposed for the State House. It is planning to spend 12.5 billion naira on the presidential air fleet. The presidential fleet includes Boeing business jets, Boeing 737-800 or NFA 001, one Gulfstream 550, one Gulfstream V, Gulfstream 500, two Falcon 7X and one Hawker Siddeley 4000, two Augusta Westland AW139 helicopters and two Augusta Westland AW101 helicopters. Some weeks ago, Sheyi Tinubu, the son of the president, came under fire for using one of the presidential jets for his private use. He was flown to Kano in a presidential jet to watch the finals of this year's edition of Kano International Polo Tournament. While Nigerians are going through a spike in cost of living, the president will be spending billions on the jets. The approval of a supplementary budget may not get any resistance from lawmakers who, despite public outcry, spent over 75 billion naira on procuring luxurious official vehicles for themselves. The budget has already skilled the second reading at the House of Representatives. You don't see them. Why we are gnashing our teeth? These people are busy spending the money available. No, the money they actually borrowed on vehicles. One was what did they call it? Was spent on One was spent, oh my goodness, one was spent on the renovation. The other one was spent on the vice president residence. And then another one is actually going to be spent on, is it not the office? They sent to spend 1.5 billion on vehicles for the office of the first lady. Meanwhile, do we have the office of the first lady? The thing is, when we all saw this and we made mentions of this, hey, you hoist Tinubu, Tinubu is this one, he's that one. And again, even with all these things, all this evidence here, if you still tell members of the public that are supporting him, I kid you not, they're not going to believe you. Just imagine in the midst of Nigerian poor masses suffering. Oh, do they care? They don't care. The money is not theirs. For that reason, they have to spend it anyhow. All right, let's be supportive. Stop the waste. Why don't we learn from our colonial masters? My dear, if you ask me, who I go ask? Look at how many billion naira spent on vehicles. Spent on, did I say vehicles? Frivolities. Spent on frivolities, waiting we no suppose. You are spending how many million naira on the office of the first lady that is not even recognized by the constitution. Wow, Masio. APC is evil. Nigerians that supported this man. Congratulations. So this was a man who claimed to start where Buhari stopped. APC will do you fools until you won't have mouth to talk or complain. And they tell, is that not what we are seeing now? Is that not what is going on? First of all, that actually 160 million naira per vehicle for, is it 350 or is it 400 and how many people that they bought those vehicles for, even in the midst of Nigerian suffering? Did they think of you people? No. They don't send you a message. They don't care. They don't care if you're actually true. They don't care if you actually have peace. Sincerely. And they did what? They actually came out and they did that. And the thing is, they have actually approved it. That particular one, they approved it. But this particular one, they have already done what? It has gone through the second reading. Meaning, even this house of these people, they know Senduna. Is a rubber stamp, should I say it's a rubber stamp, what's it called? It's a rubber stamp Senate. This one approved, even in the midst of lack, even in the midst of the fact that there's no funds. Does it make sense? Nigerians, let us learn to hold these people accountable. All right, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your